Times have changed since the Old West. Yet, nothing's changed. Where once men fought over gold, now they kill for money, drugs, and guns. There's a fine line between upholding the law and being above the law.
Jason?
Yeah.
Have you ever wanted to slap around a prostitute?
Wanted to. It's like my brain is a tree and you're those little elves that make cookies.
Well then, brother, have I got a game for you.
Yes!
I'm talking about Call of Juarez, the Cartel.
Oh, shit. No, I don't do Juarez anymore, man. No, I am done with that whole country. It's like that quote in Brothers Bloom, Mexico, and I hate to stereotype an entire people, but for lack of a better term, is a shithole.
Ooh. All right, and with that, welcome to the loading bar, everybody. This is Professor Jeff. I'm joined today by Nick Hodges, the party starter.
Hello.
Jason Murphy, the Murph.
Howdy.
And Kevin J. Baird, the no nickname having motherfucker.
I love it. Thank you. Well, glad to be here.
And today we're talking about Call of Juarez. And where to start?
There's just so many fucking things wrong with this game.
You know, it's kind of weird because I actually played, like, the first two Call of Juarez games were not bad games.
There were two?
Yeah,
there were. Well, we could start off by saying the background. Like the first two games were westerns. They were first-person shooter westerns.
Yep.
And they have like some sort of a following enough to release this piece of shit. So instead of like appealing to their fans, they're like, let's set it in modern day times. So it's kind of like a western, except we'll have it in modern day times, or we'll have the copper wear a cowboy outfit, which looks really out of context.
It completely confused me because I was playing it and I was thinking, wait, I thought this used to be a Western, and I was like, what? And then I had to go back online to make sure I wasn't losing my mind, like I was thinking of Red Dead Redemption or something. But it was like, they just changed the whole game around.
What, the game's so bad you're just hallucinating that the last one was Red Dead Redemption?
No, I mean, like, it's them saying, no, it is a Western. You can see he has a cowboy hat. It's a Western.
Yeah, well, as background to let people know.
Yeah, so did Walker, Texas Ranger.
Now, see, that would be a good video game. Why has there never been a Walker, Texas Ranger the game? So, you got the first two Call of Juarez games, and the first one came out in 2007, and the second one was 2009, and they were both, kind of gritty Sergio Leone Western games. And then suddenly, same developer, same series, and it's downtown L.A. and surrounding California area, and you've got the ex-gang member, black female FBI woman, whose name's too forgettable.
Yeah, because they'll totally let you into the FBI if you are an ex-gang member with a record.
Well, the FBI makes sure that you killed enough guys beforehand, right?
Yeah, you're good at killing. Come aboard.
This game is so full of racial stereotype, you can actually, say, there's the white guy, the black guy, and the Hispanic guy, and people know exactly who you're talking about. So there's no need for fucking names in this. So.
Yeah. You got the Hispanic DEA guy who's also happens to be a drug dealer on the side.
Of course,
no.
Yeah. Like, it's hilarious because I played as him. I didn't play through the entire game, but, like, you're in the middle of a mission. Guys are shooting at you, and this motherfucker's iPhone starts ringing. And, like, he just completely starts ignoring, like, all 30 guys trying to shoot him and pulls out his iPhone, and it's like, hey, Vato, we need more product. Steal some shit. and he text messages back to him. He's like, no problem, SA, I'm on it. Like,
and then, like, one of the other characters says, the guy he's talking to, he just says, hey, why are you talking like that?
or your partner's who next to you.
Really?
He's like, what are you doing, man? I was like, I'm texting, Holmes. Hold on a second. It's his shitty iPhone. We could talk about I guess we have to talk about the storyline, like how it starts off, so it kind of makes sense. Like,
the game is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, like it starts off by an FBI building is bombed by the cartel. So they set up like an interagency task force. When I say task force, it's just 3 wankers of the most hateful characters you'll ever come across in a video game. Like you got FBI, you got DEA, and you got LAPD for some reason.
He's just a cowboy. He comes walking in and he looks like he's out of a Clint Eastwood Western. I mean, like, big black duster, big black hat, like grizzled old white guy with a huge beard. I mean, he looks like he just rode out of, like, the 1800s.
Is it the narrator from Bastion?
Yeah. It looks like the narrator from Bastion. But go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, like, they set up the task force and they're kind of given, like, you have to stop the cartel within a few weeks because of the bombing. America's considering invading Mexico to destroy the cartel, and Mexico will go to war with America if that happens.
Araña recently flooded the city with a shitload of new product, eh?
Araña? They moving out of East L.A.?
Up and out, chica. They distribute for the cartel. Maybe Mendoza's trying to make a little extra cash for that big weapons buy. They're even selling their shit to the rolling 50s.
Well, if that's true, then maybe what we need to do is throw a wrench into the operation and fuck things up. If the major players get pissed enough, they might show themselves.
Hell, we might even find the pendejo who planted that goddamn bomb.
I'm just like, well, come on, man. Like that's a bit over the top. Really.
I think though that the best part of that is that they create this quote unquote task force to deal with the burgeoning drug violence, and these assholes basically get in a black SUV and just start shooting as many people as they can. Like the second mission of the game, you're just in downtown LA and you go to this crack house and it turns into like modern warfare. Like 300 guys pull up outside and you're just murdering them like in the street of LA.
That's solving problems like 80s action movie style. I love it.
Yeah, I was thinking in the beginning, like you were in that marijuana field or whatever, just like killing like, at least 50 guys or something. I'm thinking to myself, nobody's fighting like this over weed. I mean, this is just
right. Nobody's going to get that aggressive. You're gonna be like,
chill out,
cool, man.
Oh, cool, man. I mean, reality would just have Cheech and Chong guarding it, and I don't think they'll put up much of a fight. So,
we should something about the wonderful interface, because as soon as like the font and like the little icons came on and everything, I was like, I thought it was kind of a joke at first. Like, like the text is like so bad, and like it's like weird scrolling on the bottom of the screen. I thought it was like, oh, is this like a knock on like the Commodore 64 or something, like going way back 8-bit? And it wasn't. It was like, I guess they must have hired the worst like interface people ever. Like when there's full motion video scenes going on, there's like a message on the screen that basically says full time, like press like was it X, or depends on what you use it, to skip this scene. The whole time the video's on, it's like begging you. It's like, please skip this cinematic.
we know it's shit. Okay, we had barely little time. Just play the fucking game. All right.
Press Y to finish the game. Congratulations.
Also,
thank you for playing Call of Juarez. Let's not talk about this again, shall we?
What you were saying earlier about how they're killing so many people and there are no consequences. Like, here's an example of how buggy this game is. You could do this thing where you bust through a door and you go into slow motion and you're picking people off. I accidentally shot a civilian in the face, and the cowboy goes, "Nice fucking shot." It was just a guy chilling out, man. It was my fault. Okay, that was a pretty good shot.
That's one of the problems with this game is that your partners they've got these canned responses that they'll shout at you from time to time, and no matter what you're doing, they're telling you you're doing it wrong. Like, if you're just hanging back trying to take cover, they're like, if we hadn't have been here, you'd be fucking dead. Or like, get out there. And then if you run ahead and you shoot everybody in the face with perfect accuracy, they're like, Johnson, get back here. Don't run ahead of us. Or like,
hey, leave some for us, man.
Yeah, I wanted to murder some guys today. Come on.
Well, do you go to Juarez?
Yes, you do. At the end of the game. Like, it pretty much takes place all across the border area. So you're in America, New Mexico, then you go into Mexico itself, and just, no wonder at the end of the game, it's no surprise, the cartel is crushed, but that's because you killed like 2,000 people. So, no fucking shit.
Have any of you ever been to Juarez?
I have.
No.
Twice.
No.
It's a dump.
Yeah.
And the game is actually probably an accurate representation of Juarez.
I don't know. I guess my question, I didn't finish the game. I only played about 3 missions in, but I was so struck by the laziness of the development of just the assets in the game that my question for you, Nick, having gotten all the way to the end of the game is, are all the billboards in Juarez that same blonde chick that's in every picture frame and on every billboard throughout all of LA through the entire game?
Yes, and those same billboards are actually in Juarez itself
Nice.
as you're driving.
No, it was the second level of the game, and I walked out onto the street and I saw like an advertisement on the side of a building and a billboard and like another like picture on a wall, and they were all the exact same picture of this blonde girl. And then it's like the next level, you go into this brothel, and they've got framed pictures on the wall, and it's the same picture. It's just like, what? Who is this?
Who is this chick? It's like Megan Fox or something. Christ. But I really want to talk about the bugs in this game, because even though this game's awful, it's kind of like The Room or Troll 2 bad. Like, it's hilarious to play.
Wow.
Like, some of the bugs, I kid you not, like... there was this gangster who was running, and he was screaming while he was shooting, but his head was spinning like in The Exorcist.
Those are some good drugs that guy's getting hooked up with.
No, I think that's it. I was saying before that there was a cutscene earlier on in the game. I think that what happened was they had the bodies, and then they like programmed the heads, and then they wrote some kind of program to fill the neck in. Because in the very beginning of the game, you're talking with this person, and it was like The Exorcist. Like, her head is just wobbling around in a circle with this crazy ass neck physics, and body just stock still the entire time. It was just like,
Did you get to the nightclub in the game?
Oh, you mean where you slap the prostitute around because she won't tell you what you want to know immediately?
Let's talk more about that. That sounds awesome.
There's a bit where there's like you go to a nightclub, there's like 300 people in it, and they all have Parkinson's disease as they're dancing, because they're like jerking around violently and stuff. I was pissing myself.
The Michael J. Fox is the proprietor of said nightclub.
Yeah, guys, I think everyone's pilling here. We could just call the police or an ambulance.
That was kind of where I checked out, where it was on that level where you go up and you're looking for this girl, and you go up to this room, and there's the woman who you know talked to her, and you're like, "Where's Nicole?" And she's like, "I ain't telling you pig shit." And then these DEA, FBI, LAPD task force basically just take turns slapping the shit out of her until she finally tells you what you want to know. Like, I think that I might actually like these assholes less than Kane and Lynch. I think Kane and Lynch might have actually had more personality than these 3 assholes.
I would say that Kane and Lynch 2 was a better game, and that was a game that nobody liked. That's how bad this game is to me. I just really didn't enjoy this experience. So I just found the gameplay to be really boring too. As much as it's bad, just as like all of the aesthetics that we're talking about, the actual shooting portion of it just felt really just weak. Like, I was just kind of wandering around just shooting at guys. There's like indicators. I'm getting shot. It's making those like, I'm getting shot over here, and there's the blood red thing coming on the screen. And I must have taken at least like 50 bullets or something before I died. I don't even know. I mean, it just really felt like I just wasn't into it. Like, I just, I didn't really try to dodge. It has all these instructions on the screen. Like, the whole time I'm walking around, it's like, press left tab, because I was doing this on the 360, or left 2, or whatever, the dual wield. And it just stays on the screen the whole time, And I'm just like, okay, I get it. It's bad game.
Who developed this?
Techland. They're a Polish developer. They're the same guys that made the original Call of Juarez game.
They know so much about the American West and drug cartels.
But then let's talk about my favorite mechanic. The one thing they actually tried to do, which was a little strange, was I was talking before about how you get, I was playing the Latino DEA guy, and I got, text messages telling me to get drugs. There's this whole system where you have to, like, steal things or kill people or just do illegal shit while your partners are in the other room fighting for their lives.
Hold on, Vato. I'm just going over here, man.
It was
like, we need your help, man. There's all these gangsters. It's Assault on Precinct 13 over here.
It's the only time in a game I've ever tried to outsmart really, really bad AI. Like, it just comes in that's staring at me and a virtual brick of weed. Like, are you going to pick that up? And I'm like, no, I'm going to the bathroom. And then they leave, and you just turn around and go back in and grab it real fast. But what's shitty about it is that if you don't go and you do these little sub-objectives, that's how you unlock new weapons. That's how you unlock the ability to outfit yourself with better weapons, better equipment in the game. So,
can I ask you, why did you pick that? I picked the Latino guy as well. I just want to know what your reasons were, because you can play either as the Latin guy, the black girl, and the white cowboy.
Well, I didn't want to spend the entire game with a revolver. I was looking at the special, like, they all have their own special ability, and like the cowboy can reload revolvers really quickly, and the FBI chick she's got some kind of long range ability. I don't even know what it is. And then apparently the Latino dude, he can have two submachine guns at the same time, so he could shoot two MAC-10s at the same time. And I thought, well, that seems interesting. And then about 10 minutes into the game, I was like, I wish I'd picked the girl, because you play this game with an AK-47, it gets like a million times easier than trying to run up on 60 dudes with a couple of handguns going, like a John Woo and shit.
Like, they're trying to do like the final fight of like first-person shooters, except that like you only want to pick the one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I personally picked the Latin guy because the black cop, she's a self-righteous, hypocritical bitch. Like, she's like against gangs, but her brother's in a gang, and she gets him out of jail and stuff.
Nick, it's a complicated situation, Nick, all right?
Okay. And then there's the white guy. He comes in, like, they're all having a meeting, and they're saying, who's the third guy? Who else is going to be on our task force, man? And then he comes in, there's like this cowboy music playing, and he's like, I want to get these fucking Mexicans out of my goddamn country. And I was like, okay, I'm definitely not picking him.
These are all delightful people.
This is the thing, is at the very end of the game, spoiler alert, like, you're given the choice of killing your partners, or you could work with them. And I decided to kill them because I fucking hated them that much. I was like,
it sounds like The Shield, only if they were all corrupt assholes.
It was trying to be The Shield. I did enjoy the aspect of trying to be a crooked cop on the side whilst looking like you're doing your job. But then after a while you realize, the AI is retarded. If they could just leave me in this room, I could just steal as much weed as I want. They're not going to be none the wiser.
Well, apparently, the whole game has, I didn't get this far, but apparently the whole game has drop in, drop out, like co-op. So when you start a mission, you can go online and say, did you do that?
I didn't, but no, yeah, I know. That's kind of where they say it gets a lot better when you do it that way rather than with the AI.
Yeah, and it didn't occur to them to do a split screen co-op.
Oh.
Like, it's that stupid. Like, it's made for co-op, and you can't do split screen.
Well, it'd be kind of hard to steal drugs behind somebody's back if they're sitting right next to you on the couch.
Well, I know. Maybe they'll be probably fighting for their lives, so, probably more concentrating on what's going on.
Wait for the Wii U version of it, so you can do it on your little portable screen.
But yeah, apparently when you play with other people, they can totally just sit there and camp the weed, so you can't pick it up. I don't know if it's ever been a gameplay mechanic anybody's ever mentioned before, but
I think they call that bogarting.
Ultimately, it really has no.
Really, come on.
Ultimately, it really has no bearing on the gameplay storyline. Like, if your partners catch you, picking up weed and shit, it's because you're given a choice whether to kill your partners or not to. And that's the only two endings.
Well, when you kill your partners, what happens? Do you become like the drug kingpin of all California, or do you move to Juarez, or?
Well, you see, with me, like the Mexican copper, like, he's just chilling out in some hotel with some bitch on his shoulder, like, enjoying the high definition television he's got. So he looks like he's living the life, and then some arsehole comes in and shoots him in the head. So I'm just like, well, okay, that's the kind of ending I wanted anyway. So they're all arseholes.
What a goddamn worthless video game this is.
But the thing is, the good ending, he gets arrested anyway. So I'm like, what? At least, the bad ending, at least he gets some action, before he gets killed. So.
Well, I don't know. Nick, Kevin, what do you think? Are there any redeeming qualities to this game whatsoever?
I mean, I think that co-op mechanic is interesting, but I mean, it's not worth picking this game up at all.
Did
I mean,
you not remember when Jeff said you get to slap a prostitute repeatedly?
You know, I could actually say at this point in time, there's other games that does that a little bit better.
Okay.
Like GTA 4. No.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I give this a pass, to be honest. You know, I mean, unless you want to piss yourself laughing.
Rental bullshit. Bullshit.
No, I give it bullshit. Yeah, no, 'cause this is a fucking lazy game.
Yeah.
Really bad graphics. I mean, like it takes like 20 seconds at a time for things to get pixelated. So you know, they didn't make an effort. I mean, I don't hate it as much as I hated Thor, but you know, that's not saying much. You know what I mean?
Fair enough, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely some old bullshit. I mean, it's not worth. I mean, it's lazy. It's a lazy game, and they want full money for it. I mean, I wouldn't even recommend this if it was $20 budget game. I mean, I would just be like brand new, like we're releasing this discount. I'd be like, no, don't buy it. You know, go get something fun. This is horrible. It's just a really bad game.
Okay. See, I think I'm actually going to say that it's probably worth like a rental, but only if you're going to actually get high before you play it.
No, you can't. You'd be tripping your balls off, man, with the Exorcist people and the people had Parkinson's disease on the dance floor. Or something.
Heads twitching like Jacob's ladder.
I think the most horrible thing I saw in that entire game is when you're walking into the brothel in that one level. Like, there's this guy that he's on the side of this building, kind of like a crackhead, and I just sat there and turned around and watched for a few minutes, and he like wanders over to this dude that's just like sunglasses standing up against the wall, and he bends down and grabs his pants like he's going to give him a blowjob, and the dude punches him in the face, and he falls back over, and he stumbles over, and he walks back to where he started, and then that cycle just begins all over again.
Dude can't take a hint.
Yeah.
There was another one where this gangbanger was in the car, like all his homies, quote, jumped out and I shot them, but he was still chilling out in the car. So I shot him in the head and he didn't die. He was like, ow. And I shot him like 3 more times, like, ow, cut it out, Holmes, man. No. He was like, I'm just chilling out to my Cypress Hill.
The cartels are the new outlaws. They said an army of good cops couldn't bring them down. So I said, why not try a few bad cops? Welcome to the new Wild West.